Hello everyone, it's Dave from the 3D Printer Guys. I thought I would do a video just to let you guys know what I've been up to and what I've been playing around at and how I've been getting on. So, without further ado, I'm just going to change camera angles and do a flip and this, that and whatnot, and we'll be back. So, hold on a second. Right, here we go. So, as you can see, the top of the printer is now getting somewhat decorated with various small printouts that I've done. The Yoda, the small dinosaur, the small boat, and the two coloured owls are supposed to be glow in the dark. And to be fair, sometimes they do, but more often they don't. I don't know if it's me or if it's the filament that I bought, but I'm not really all that bothered, to be fair. They look good and it kind of makes it look a bit more personalised and a little bit more mine. So we got a sexy witch, and we've got a figure bust called Daisy and two other owls. The owls at the other end I am going to paint at some point, but I don't know when. I've printed off a airbrush holder for my airbrushes, and as you can see, the printer is now in its final place of operation. I think when Colin and I did the first video, the printer was kind of out in this sort of area here, and I've now moved it over. I've also moved the filament roll out the way. It was here and it was just getting in the way, so that's been moved out the way. What have I been printing? Well, hold on a sec and let me move camera so that it looks down at my workbench. I've designed. Designed is probably a little bit strong. It's kind of a copy and I've kind of done my own thing. The inspiration came from watching videos of a channel called Sideways King. The guy that does that does a lot of Matchbox car restorations, and he's very good, and recommend you go along and have a look, because what he does to some of them is very good. And he has something similar to this that I thought, oh okay, I'll buy one of those because it'd come in handy, it'd be useful. And I thought, oh, 24 quid, yeah, okay, I'll go for that. And just about to hit the buy button and noticed the shipping charge at 14 quid and thought, yeah, I think that's as far as I'm going to go. And it kind of grated on my gears because I knew that it'd be something that I would use for scratch building and for the dioramas that I do. And it kind of started grating on me, and I thought, hold on a minute, I've got Tinkercad, I've got some 3D design software, albeit it's online and albeit it's basic, but at the moment it's enough for what I'm doing. I've got 3D printer, surely to God I can come up with something. So, and this is what I've come up with. It's two parts mainly. You've got the I don't know what to call this, the jig plate, the cutting plate, arm plate, I've no idea, I don't really know what to call it. And then you've got the actual cutting arm and the blade held on the side by a couple of bolts. I would like to say that I did the design and I printed it off and it was all done in one hit. And if I said that, I would be lying, because I've had to do quite a few prototype prints and work out what I've missed, what I've got wrong, and how I'm going to put it right. And now I finally have my own cutting device. Dave's Chopper if you want to go down that road. Yeah, you can go down it on your own as well. And I've got my end stop so that I can do angles, I can do straight cuts. I've got a 45 degree, I've got a 30 degree, I've got a 60 degree. And the beauty of all of this is if when I'm maybe doing a roll cage or something for a car and I need a different angle, do it on Tinkercad and then print it out on the printer and it's done. So the reason for the holes here is for these to go into to hold these in place. Now the original thought and the original idea was that I was going to be able to screw these in. Now I don't know if it's something that I've done wrong, if it's something that's failed within the printer or failed within the code. I'm not sure, but when I did these in Tinkercad I set them at 8mm, and then when I did these I set these at 8mm, and I thought, well, if I've made an 8mm threaded hole, then an 8mm threaded screw should fit in an 8mm threaded hole, but it didn't, and I'm not sure why. So at the moment it's nearly finished. I need to redo these. How I'm going to do them, I don't know at the moment. I'm really sort of flummoxed at the moment. I don't know what I want to do. So I think for now what I will do is I will just use these as push-ins and it just holds everything in place while I do the cuts, because it's just going to be thin bits of plastic or thin bits of balsa wood, so it's not as if it's going to be taking any pressure or anything like that. So at the moment, with a bit of a workaround, this is in a usable state. I was going to say something else, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, never mind, no matter. Yeah, I've just lost my whole train of thought now. Oh dear. So I can put a bit of plastic in and get your fingers out of the way and it cuts, which is exactly what I wanted it to do. So on that score, perfect. This is a little bit of a setback. It's not the end of the world. It will get sorted, but I don't know how at the moment, and I'm going to take a bit of a backseat on it because I've got this to a point where I can actually use it to start working with it, and I haven't spent 24 quid on one that I could have bought, and I haven't spent 14 quid on shipping. It's probably cost a couple of quid and that includes all the ones that I've printed off that didn't quite make it to where we are now. There's one that I printed off that I thought the holes were too far apart. I tried to make a socket so that I could put the nut in, and no, that didn't work, so that's in the bin. What else have I got? Hang on, let me go through the bin. What else have I got? There's another one that it failed for some unknown reason because it didn't finish off. Now, the only thing that I can think of on that is I pulled the memory card out before it had finished writing to it. Yeah. Okay. Right, hold on. What else have I got? Oh, here's another one. That failed because the hole was too big and I hadn't got this in the right place, and I hadn't got some holes in it so that I could put some screws in. So yeah, failure not on the printer's part but on the designer's part. What else have I got in the bin of doom of doomed fails? Oh, hang on, hang on, I've got another one here. Yeah, hole too big, and just basically failed. Yeah, well, that it. I did have a proper good failure. I'm not entirely sure how it happened or why it happened, but yeah, I should have kept that one, but I think it did hit the bin and it didn't come back out again. Right. So if you do something like this or you design something else, don't be disheartened when what you think is right, when it comes into reality, when it comes into the real world, what you do in the virtual world and what comes out into the real world don't always tie up. So if you're trying to design something, keep going. Don't sort of throw your toys out your pram or throw your hands up in the air and say, oh, it's never going to work because I'm never going to be able to. Keep plugging away. Just keep tinkering and playing around with it. You will get there. This, oh Lord, how long have I been playing around with this? I've probably been playing around with this for about 5, maybe 6 weeks. So, you know, as much as I would love to say I designed it and I printed it and it came out and it worked first time, no. And I don't think there's anybody out there that's designed something for themselves and it's printed off and worked first time. I'll be very surprised. So, oh yeah. Now, if like me, you print on a raft, you'll have all this bits and pieces left over from when you've been doing your print. Don't throw them away, because you can use this for scratch building. You can use it for trying stuff out on, because otherwise you're throwing away good plastic. And all model makers will always say, oh, I'll keep that, I might use that, I might need that at some point. Yeah, I know, we're all the same. Yes. Now, I was playing around with this as a cobbled wall to go with what started off as just a small vignette for a figure that I'm working on. And I didn't like it. It is a bit naff, is probably one way of putting it. Now, I don't know if it's naff because I'm new to this and I didn't get it right, but I'm not going to throw this away. I'm going to play around with this and use it as a reference, because I'm going to go back and have another go at trying to do a cobbled wall to the scale of 1/32 and build it up and make up a little part of a window frame just to see if I can do it, because it must be possible. It's got to be possible. I think it's just going to be evenings sat in front of the laptop with Tinkercad open, doing, as it says, tinkering, and see where we get to. So for that, at the moment it's on the back burner, but I will come back to it and I will pick up and play around with it, but I don't quite know where I'm going to go on it. So I think that's pretty much it for now. Oh, yeah, well, let's get that out the way. There are a couple of other things that I have printed off, and just to help keep the desk reasonably tidy, I've printed off these paint bottle holders, and it keeps everything together. Although it's listed on Tinkerverse. Oh God, not Tinkerverse. What am I thinking of? Thingiverse, even. Oh dear Lord, come on, David. Thingiverse. It's listed as Vallejo, but as you can see, I've got Vallejo, I've got ammo, and I've got AK, and it's all 17mm bottles. So it don't matter what's on the bottle, as long as it's 17mm, it'll fit. I think I'm gonna have to edit that out because, yeah. Right. I think that's about it really. So it leaves me to say thank you very much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button so that you get all of everything that me and Colin are going to try and do somehow on this channel, and what can possibly go wrong. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get notifications as when Colin and I put videos up or we do another live. Oh, talking about live, yes, we are doing another live sometime in September. Just to let you guys know. On that, it just leaves me to say have a good one, and I will catch you in the next one.